Deathbed requests can sometimes get a little strange, yet people feel compelled to fulfill the dying wish of a loved one. The following legend features a request so bizarre, it's hard to know if it's a myth or mostly true.
We begin in a moment of joy. A young woman has just gotten engaged. Deeply in love and delighted with her family's good wishes, she couldn't be happier.
Okay, everybody, let's take a picture.
Oh, no, wait, you guys, we have to get Grandpa on it. Wait, hold on.
But nobody is more important to her than her grandfather, for whom she has a lifelong affection.
Man of honor, you have to be here.
And for him, this is an equally special day.
Okay, everybody.
Seeing his granddaughter get married will be the fulfillment of a life's dream.
Grandpa, look.
Weeks later, the bride-to-be stops by Grandpa's house to show off the brochures of where she'll be honeymooning.
Wonderful. God.
But she's struck by how weak and frail the old man appears. His health has been shaky lately, and his granddaughter has been increasingly concerned.
Oh, you don't look so good.
Fearing the worst, she decides to move up the wedding date by several months to ensure that Grandpa can attend.
Hey, Grandpa, I just want to show you my dress.
But soon after, when she swings by to show him the wedding dress, she's met with some terrible news.
What's wrong?
Grandpa has died. For her, it's the end of the world. She's so completely heartbroken, she hardly wants to go through with the wedding. Her family tries to console her and assures her that having the wedding as planned is exactly what Grandpa would have wanted. It's then that the shattered young woman hits upon an idea. The wedding day arrives, and the bride is beaming. It's a small family ceremony with just a few in attendance, and it's a good thing because the bride has a surprise for all of them. Having promised Grandpa he'd attend her wedding, she's determined to be true to her word. The embalmed old man is wheeled down the aisle up to the altar for a ringside seat of the wedding vows. The effects on the family vary, depending on how each person feels about sharing space with a stiff. The minister isn't sure if this is a wedding or a wake. And even the groom wonders just who it is he's marrying. But all our bride cares about is that Grandpa is here, making the happiest day of her life the happiest day of his death. An amusing little drama. But did such notorious nuptials really take place? Weddings are joyous occasions that signify a beginning rather than an end. Nevertheless, this tale of macabre matrimony burst onto the internet in the spring of 2003, and it illustrates an enduring fascination with the deceased, whom many of us, in the throes of grief, are reluctant to part with.
If we go back historically, we go into the thanatology, the study of death and funeral culture all the way back. One of the most important things in human society is the preservation of a dead body. Our linkage to our past comes in the people who are gone.
Of course, that linkage goes back at least to the ancient Egyptians, who ritualized the preservation of the dead and created the science of mummification. Leftovers from the living have been used as religious adornments as well, as in this 14th century chapel in the Czech Republic. These skeletal decorations are actually the remains of thousands of the church's former parishioners. How many weddings have been witnessed by these dead eyes? And when mummies were discovered by accident, A century ago in the Mexican silver town of Guanajuato, rather than being destroyed, they were put on display and are now a major tourist attraction in the historic town. But the legend puts Grandpa on display for love, not religion. Question is, does anyone really do this? Well, when it comes to loved ones in the family, it's done all the time, at least when the loved one is the family pet.
Pets, we do quite a few every year for people that just can't bear to be without them. I believe it's because of the feeling that they want to be secure, they want that animal to live on with them. I think it's just they can't bear to be without it, you know, can't bear to see it go.
And so they don't. Hence, the art of taxidermy, preserving dead dogs and passed on pussycats for posterity. In fact, animals of every kind are given a new lease on death here to keep their owners company. But special skills are required to keep the remains intact and to instill them with a sense of life, the feeling that the beloved pet hasn't really left, but is in some sense still a member of the family. But posturing post-mortem people is a horse of a different color. The legend claims this unique combination of wedding and wake took place in a church. Just what would they have to do to pull off this surreal, if sentimental, stunt?
We bring the body in the embalming area, we undress the body, we wash the body, we embalm the body.
Okay, which one do you think will work for Mrs. Henry?
The next step after embalming is dressing and casketing, and that is done the day of the viewing. We dress them, we put them in a casket, and then the cosmetologist applies her makeup.
It's a team effort requiring a number of specialties.
I try to have them a little enhance to their features, make them look a little, you know, like have a little smile or something to their face. Me, myself, I try to make people look as natural as possible. I don't really put a lot of makeup on them.
Which brings us back to Grandpa's final public appearance. Bottom line, did anything like this legend really occur? It did. In April of 2003, in the charming country of New Zealand, a former gardener and father of 12 died while celebrating his 79th birthday. The wedding of his granddaughter, Rachel James, had been scheduled for 2 days after his death. So the family decided the ceremony would go on and Grandpa would attend, though not quite the way we see in the legend. His body was placed at the end of the hall during the reception. It was a sentimental gesture that helped the entire family cope with the loss.
These adults and children were very smart. They didn't want to lose the opportunity to say some things. They need the physical presence to talk to, which they didn't get to because it was a sudden death.
Of course, one wonders what they'll have in store for the honeymoon.